Y'all ain't heard nothing like this before. Beat him in the head with this trilogy. Who dropped this for a certain demographic? Turn it up, blast it. This is gonna be a classic. Facts. Not to run it.
Hey, paisans and gumaras, welcome to episode 15 of Gangsters and Cigars. We are live on Duval Street with my co-host of the evening, Jay Weisinger, my host all the time and co-host, Shirtless
Mike, what's up?
Look at that shit. He's actually shirtless tonight. But we are live in Key West. We're going to have another guest come on, Stingray Steve. You guys going to like him. He's a fucking character. He's from the hood. So we're going to have a great episode tonight. Before we start talking about treasure hunting, and Jay's got a cool-ass story about his dad that he shared with me at breakfast. Before we do that, I'm going to turn it over to my co-host and the guy with the shirt, without the shirt, with the cigar the mostest, Shirtless Mike. My brother, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. So I'm smoking tonight. I'm smoking an Umbagog by Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust. It's basically like if you ever heard of the Mi Querida cigar that Steve Saka makes, this is like a lesser quality of that, very similar blend, Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. It's gonna be strong, medium to full body. And I believe this is a Toro size right here, and it's freaking phenomenal. It's one of the few lesser price cigars in the Dumbarton portfolio because everything is priced real high, and it's an excellent cigar. I feel I'm getting out of it.
What flavor you getting?
I'm getting a lot of earth, a little bit of leather, a little bit of baking spice, a little bit of black pepper, kind of all at once. It's a very complex cigar.
Man, I missed that I'm not smoking with you tonight.
I know. Why is that? You can't smoke. You can't smoke over there.
No, I can. I didn't have the opportunity because we were drinking, and went to visit this icon. This older woman had a stand for years at the Schooner Bar. I always come down and buy hand rolls from her. We bought some hand rolls today for her. I'll post some pictures of her later on. But I got to be honest, we've been doing so much running around. Jay has been entertaining us. Stingray Steve has been entertaining us, and I haven't had time to actually light up a smoke, nor do I have my glass of wine tonight, man. So I got a complimentary Coors Light, which is fine. Anyway, what are the flavors you getting from the cigar?
That's like the main thing. I've already got into the cigar, so I'm getting a bunch of that, all at once. It's burning great, as you can see, and it's got a pretty well burn. It's a good cigar, and part of the reason why Steve Saka blended this cigar, he likes to fish on the Umbagog River, like a New Hampshire area, and this cigar can withstand winds. So this would be a great cigar if I was down in Key West, by the beach or wherever. If there's a lot of wind, it's a cigar that actually still burns well in the wind. So
that's cool. That's cool. So price point, medium, high?
No, it's like a lot of them are like $8 to $10 depending on the size. I mean, the price has increased a little bit, but $8 to $10 based, depending on the size.
Nice.
And so, like I said, it's his lesser priced Dunbarton cigars because mostly, you're not paying less than like $12 for a Dunbarton cigar. He has stuff that's in the $20 range and all that. So this is a good everyday price point cigar.
My boy's a fisherman. Next time I come down, I'll bring him some. So we'll have to put some aside for him.
That's the cigar you want to light up on the back of the boat, celebrating a marlin or a sailfish, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then it won't burn funny because it's made to be able to withstand the winds and everything. And
well, call your boy and say we just did an advertisement for him about fishing off the back of a boat with a Dunbarton in our mouths.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, most definitely.
All right, man. Well, thank you for the review. Make sure you chill. You're gonna have questions. We're gonna kick it off. If we have background noise, again, we're live from Duval Street.
I don't hear any background noise, so it's good.
Cool. If you haven't been to Duval or you haven't been to Duval, It's like a 24/7 party. So there's shit moving all the time. So if there's any interference, it's usually cars or people walking by. So
Yeah.
we're located on Duval at
326 is the heart of Duval Street, you guys. The soul.
the Stole, man.
Yeah.
So Jay has one of his shops here. So it's right on the street. Jay interacts. He's a character. He interacts with everybody walking by, and he sells his treasures right here off of Duval Street. He likes to interact with people instead of being locked up in his shop, although he has a beautiful shop located at
Clinton Square Mall. Come and visit us in air conditioning in the mall by Mallory, by the pier.
Right. So if y'all, my family and friends out there, have never been to Key West, Mallory Square, Sunset Party.
That's it.
That's where his other shop is, his brick and mortar shop, one would say. All right, we're going to kick it off. So before we get into treasure hunting part, Deuce,
Part 2, baby.
I want him to share one of the coolest stories I've heard in a really, really long time. It's about his dad. It's about him acting the fool at a young age. I'm going to let him tell you the story.
You know what? Thanks for joining us in Key West, you guys. Appreciate that. And we might be a little bit distracted because a lot of shit is always going on here. Just like when we were kids growing up in the city.
Absolutely.
And we would take note and check everything out. And we learned some good things and we learned some bad things. My dad belonged to a club called the Playboy Club in Manhattan. And he went quite often. And at the age of 11 or 12, I ended up somehow getting his Playboy key one night.
Stick that right up to the, let him see both sides.
Yeah, I got him on full screen. I'm still here.
See the number?
You can't use that number anymore, you guys. I'm sorry. But that's from 1960 in that neck of the woods. Let's not call the date. And I grabbed it one night. I was 12 and a half. I dressed up back in the day in a suit and tie. Me and my boys all got dressed up. We hopped on the Long Island Railroad, the train. We went down to the Playboy Club in Manhattan. Slapped this key on the table. And I treated all my buddies and my bros. We got away with it. They didn't call us on it. We were all characters at a young age in the city. And that's the way we survived. And actually 2 months later in Fort Lauderdale and Fountain Blue, actually in Miami, that Playboy Club got dosed the same way. Me and the guys took a bus up Collins Avenue, and we ended up over there at the Fountain Blue Playboy Club, and we bounced the key off the table there as well, and they treated us like stars that we were, and boy, did I get in big trouble for that one. I think we ran up like a $5,000 bill that night. And a couple months later, my father caught up to us with that one. And that was, he never got the key back, but believe me, I didn't want to use that key again. That was fun. And back in the day, we were gangstering, and that's where we learned our street hustle and our smarts. And you know what? A lot goes to say about intellect, but if you don't have common sense, you're done where we come from.
Absolutely.
That's that.
So for the fans out there that are not familiar with what a key club was exactly that. It was a VIP exclusive club that Playboy owned, and it wasn't only in Manhattan.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to you too.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Menorah and Candle.
So this is part of history. The key is iconic. I try to jump Jay at breakfast. I rolled with him down Duval Street a little bit. Tried to get the key from him. Couldn't get the fucking key from him. Pretty disappointed about it. But anyway, that's a part of history. It is badass. I've never seen one before. I used to hear my old man talk about it. He probably kept it in the safe because he didn't want me to be a wise guy.
Hey,
Like
you wouldn't have done that.
Like my sidekick.
Hell no.
If I had my hands on it, trust me, I would have done it. Now the Fountain Blue, fast forward a little bit, when I was working organized crime, the Fountain Blue was one of my stomping grounds. I may or may not have gotten in trouble at the Fountain Blue. It's easy to do, but
Hell yeah.
I respect Jay And the fact that he pulled that shit off at that age, acting like a wise guy, because I got to be honest, you had to be a roller in the day to own one of those keys. Apparently, Jay's dad was a roller, he was a baller, and Jay was fortunate enough to grab a key, which is cool. So that was probably one of the coolest stories that I heard in a really long time. And letting him share that with me on a personal level and showing me the key, it was awesome, man. It made my whole friggin' trip while I was here. So as you guys know, I've spoken about Jay and his company, and his company's name is
Double Down.
Double Down. And your treasure company is for jewelry?
Nature's Treasures.
We're here. I got new swag. Jay's wearing some swag. Since I've been down here, I got to representing Stingray Steve's shirt from his company, Stingray Steve's. It's a badass shirt, man. It's a badass company. You got to go shopping there. I'm afraid to take Dawn there because I'm going to come home without a fucking dime in my pocket, but you all know how that rolls. So if I get the opportunity, we're going to stop by Steve's store before we go home. All right. I'm going to take it to him. I'm going to let Jay tell you about some of his treasures and show you some of his stuff on the table. And then we're going to talk about some of his finds and some of the stuff that Jay is presently involved in. It's all yours.
Hey, man, I'm going to show you guys a few things that are really cool, some artifacts. And recently on one of the, I think it was Discovery Channel, the Oak Island guys were featured down here hunting treasure off the coast with the Fisher family. They didn't have a luck finding things because they were going through spots that they've been through over 40 years. But it still made a good show, and you can always watch it on, I think it was, again, the Discovery Channel. I've got stuff from the 1715 fleet wreck that's from up in Daytona Beach and that neck of the woods. What I've got to show you is very, very rare, super rare. I have a silver candelabra from 17th century fleet that is probably one of a kind. I'm going to take it out of here and show you on the camera.
So it's from 1715.
Yeah.
There you go. You can show them to him. So what is that, the top of the candelabra?
Yeah, this is sterling. The top of the candelabra. Now remember, anything in the water, it's very rare to be able to have anything in the water survive over 400 years, especially in sterling and silver. And this is a certified piece. And again, I've never had anything like this before in my collection. And it's just super cool. One of the many things that our company is hoping to find and salvage and reclaim once we get on our wreck. That's actually part of this. If you watch the that show with the Oak Island guys when they were down here searching with the Fisher family for treasure, they only found two things. They found an iron spike and they found the top of a demijohn bottle, which is a bottle that back in the ships they used to store all kinds of items of liquid, oils, wines, brandies, preservatives, spices. And it's valuable, it's very rare, and it's very, very collectible. It's the only one I've ever had of this as well. Pretty cool. Yeah, I can show them that. I can show them El Casador, Louisiana purchase money.
Yes, that'd be very cool.
This is pirate stuff, you guys. And King Carlos of Mexico in the 1780s sent a ship of treasure to Jean Lafitte, the pirate. The pirate said that he would actually leave if he got this ship of treasure. And a lot of people know John Lafitte was never going anywhere. And these are some of the nicest and shipwreck treasure ever found.
Oh, wow.
There's another one. And they found him stacked in this boat. Sprint boat captain ended up 10 years ago, went out, hunting for treasure, and his treasure was shrimp that night. He dropped his nets for shrimp. He ended up snagging this wreck. What are the odds of that? That's like an asteroid hitting the earth, and the name of his shrimp boat was a mistake. So these coins are very desirable. They're King Carlos Lafitte coins, anything with the pirates hot. And I always recommend these to my customers. I love these.
No, they're beautiful pieces.
Lafitte treasure.
Absolutely beautiful. I've been to Lafitte's bar in New Orleans. Very cool place, by the way.
One more piece of artifact that I want to show you. When the Leganises were here from Oak Island again with the Fisher family, they found again two things. They found that Demijohn bottle, which was pretty cool. They found a spike like this too off the wreck, and this is 1715 Fleet spike, or 1733 actually, from this neck of the woods. And that's a spike found off a wreck.
There you go. You can see the spike a little better. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
I can pull
Cool.
it out.
No, it's cool. Leave it in there. Don't put no hands on it.
You know, just the tip of the iceberg is some artifacts that we have to show you guys besides coins and things like that, and finished jewelry. I mean, we got finished jewelry. Everything from coins like that. Now, this is one of our reproductions. This is made out of the silver from the wreck, and it's shackled and bezeled custom in 14 karat.
Oh wow.
It sells around $1,600 at our stores, and is the authentic coin like that would probably run about several $1,000s. So it's a good option for people when they're wanting treasure. It's what the treasure means, really all about Mel Fisher's journey, dedication, determination, never giving up. That's what this is about.
Now,
We have all sizes.
you manufacture them off of the actual bars from the wreck, correct?
We use silver from the wreck to make the coins. So when you're holding your coin, this one is a reproduction. And I know I'm holding silver from the wreck, and I like that.
What about this one? This is beautiful.
This is a royal shield. Have I talked to you about that one?
You have not.
This is one of 30 coins in the world. It's a royal shield. King Philip made this for his really important members in his court. His loyal members got this coin. And all shields in history are made from this shield. Military shield, fireman shield, policeman shield. It's a shield to protect. You know what it does?
What?
And it protects you. That's what the shield does. Hopefully, right?
Hopefully, right?
And that's what this is. And again, a rare coin.
Gorgeous piece. Beautiful piece.
30 grand. Not for sale. Don't get any ideas, sir.
Yeah, no, I got you. So, what's new for Jay? What are we up to, man?
Jay is very excited about having the potential of a Key West late night TV show. We have Hollywood coming down. Hollywood's interested in our shipwreck venture. But they were down here 3 times already, and they saw us interacting with people on Duval Street. Up and down Duval Street, the people are unbelievable. They come from all over the world to come here, characters of all types. And I love talking to everybody and asking questions. And Hollywood was here interacting with me and them, and they think we should do an interview show. So they're coming back, and hopefully we're going to be sharing Key West with the world this way and talking to people every night, different eclectic people. It should be really fun and cool. That's
Nice.
about that. Then the shipwreck thing is a bigger deal, and we're working on that. There's a lot of components to getting that together, and it's very, very, very costly. Hollywood's a little frugal sometimes when it comes to the money they spend, even though they're big sharks.
Yeah.
But they love that interview show because they tell me the people on the street are the stars, and you know how much they want to pay those people. Zero. So
Yep.
They're excited about the whole thing of that. And they know it'll be a good show and a long. It's got a
That's
long.
very cool.
Yeah.
Do they have a particular network interested in it?
He said, is there any particular networking?
Well, honestly, there are a couple, and I'm not at liberty to say, but
Yeah, that's fine.
possibly I think the way they recommended to kick it off is to just put it on YouTube, similar to what you guys are doing, and then let it seek its own level.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, from what you told me, the boys in Hollywood caught one of our podcasts.
Yeah, they've been checking out the podcasts, you guys.
Nice.
They're liking them and they're looking them. And again, they're going to be back in town for the New Year's. They're coming back, and we're going to talk about some things. And they'll probably be looking at this podcast today or tomorrow.
So let me ask you a question. How the fuck did I get pegged to be a gangster? I don't get it.
You,
How the fuck did that happen?
you're a natural born gangster.
Jeez, come on, man. I'm OG.
No, look at this. This guy's from way back in the time, man. He was born with gangster blood in his veins. Come on.
You know, like we spoke about, there weren't too many choices growing up in the city. You know, I took the lesser of the evils, as you all know. But down here, if you guys haven't been, you got to come check it out. But I'm going to pause for a minute before we speak some more. I'm going to do a shameless plug, and then I'm going to have Stingray Steve come over, and I'm going to do a little talk with Stingray Steve, and you'll get his perspective of Key West as well. So, if you guys are looking for treasure,
The bling, baby.
let me bling it out. Myself
It's all about.
and Chad Silverbeard, who's my partner,
We love you, bro.
are going to start distributing for Jay up in our area. Here's our card. Can you see it? There you go. Here's our card. We're going to be at several shows. We're going to start doing some stuff up in the coast, up to St. Augustine, working hand in hand.
A lot of
With
pirates
Jay.
up there. That's great.
And as you all know, I'm a pirate as well. Let me get somebody over here real quick so you can see his face, and you know he's my partner in our business. So it's Bobby Blades and Silverbeard. It's the name of the business. We are, just so you can see, 1622 treasures and coins. Again, we're a part of Jay Weisinger's business, but let me just introduce you real quick so you can see my partner Chad's face. Chad, step over here one
Great
minute
team,
if you
you
can.
guys.
We're a team, new team. Go ahead. Can you get in? Can you get
Get
in?
in. Here, guys.
All right, man.
Ahoy.
So, as you can
Silverbeard.
see, Silverbeard. That's how we got the name. Look at the face. My partner.
All right.
Thanks, Chad.
You bet.
All right. We're going to have Stingray Steve come on, like I was saying before. He's a character as well. I am going to get up 1 minute. I'm going to let him come in between me.
If you heard the wooing, that was for me.
Yes. So for our fans out there, let me just tell you, don't come to the Keys if you're looking for pretty women because they're all ugly down here.
Oh, yeah.
Every single, as some of them pass me by. But Dawn's not sitting next to me right now, so
Well, that's just
I'm
to
good.
keep it a secret. That most of the women,
that's correct.
I think, are beautiful.
They're absolutely stunning down here. They're beautiful down here.
Might not wear makeup, but you got to be able to look at the raw beauty.
Absolutely.
That's the thing with Key West. It's raw.
Absolutely. If you're into the European chicks, you need to come down here. As you know, when I retired, I may have done some other type of work and may have spent some time with the Legion with the Czech Republic. And I can tell you that some of the Eastern Bloc women are absolutely breathtaking. There may be some here. I may have ran into a few, but fuck you if you want to come down here and start looking for pretty women because they don't exist. So I'm letting you guys know right now. All right, so Stingray Steve, he does a lot of stuff with Jay. He owns his own business down here. What's the name of the business?
Name of the business is Stingray Steve. Quick drying and solar protective clothing.
We're representing you
We're
guys.
representing Steve.
Stingray Steve right there on the sleeve.
So where are you located?
I'm on Lazy Way Lane. I am a next door neighbor to the Sebago and also to the Dragonfly. And again, the name of the store is Stingray Steve. Been down here about 25 years. Originally came out of Philadelphia. Moved down here to swim. Came out, swam one day up there in February. My hair froze, and 3 months later, I was down here.
So I know a little bit about Philly. I may have been assigned up there for a little bit. So we were sharing some stories up in Philly. There may be some of my people up in Philly. I know there may be some of Steve's people in Philly. And when I say they're friends of ours, as we would put it in the family. So I heard something interesting about Steve. So let me ask him. Haven't spoke to him about it, but I heard something interesting. I hear you do stand-up.
Yeah, I did 2 stand-up.
You did?
2 times I did stand-up. Wrote all my own jokes. Did okay the first time. Second time was a little sketchy.
So that was it. 2 times and you were done.
I know. I keep writing. I keep writing jokes. My second time, I did too many ass jokes.
Okay.
And I figured Key West would love ass.
Who would have known, right?
Who knew?
Would have known. Absolutely. Yeah. There's so much ass you could talk about. I'm with you, man. Were you talking about shapes of ass? Were you talking about pummeling ass? What were you talking?
Jokes.
What exactly were you fucking talking about?
I can't tell the jokes because of what happened with wokeism. I don't want to get into any ass jokes.
No, and I appreciate that. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
Gangsters and Cigars. We're about as fucking non-woke as possible.
Yeah.
Give me an ass joke because I can give 2 fucks.
Oh my!
You don't want to.
Come on.
I'll give you an ass.
Really? Come on.
Wait, let me just think of the one I want to give.
All right.
In the meantime,
you have to give me a second. You guys.
All right. I'll
give
him a second because apparently my boy Steve, who I thought, he's fucking one of us.
no, he really.
Apparently he's gun shy. That being said, you know I'll say anything that comes off my mouth because my filter's broken. So, asses. You know I'm an ass man. I love fucking asses.
You do.
Absolutely.
If I can fucking pummel an ass, if I can be balls deep in an ass, and I mean that woke. And
In a nice way.
In a nice way. Because women have beautiful asses.
Women have beautiful asses.
If I can smack it, pull a hair, and be balls deep, I'm in heaven. So now that I broke the ice,
Come up with a joke.
Now come up with a joke.
And I'm stuck because some of the jokes
Oh,
are so
my.
Don't worry
dirty.
about
Man.
it. Don't put him
man,
on the spot.
oh my God.
It's meant to be not to get a joke. We'll possibly save it for the next one.
I
All
will
right.
save it for the next one. I'll do a routine the next
Oh,
time.
thank God.
All right, so you heard him. So Steve is going to put together a routine. Next time we're down here, Steve's going to do...
No, 2 minutes. Not
2
10.
minutes.
You
All
got
right.
2 minutes.
You know
He's going to do 2 minutes of stand-up. He promises us because I put him on the spot, and apparently I'm better at stand-up at this fucking point than my boy Steve.
Steve is going to be like sidekick of that late night show. So he's going to have plenty of opportunity to put in his 2 cents. You're going to like it.
So I'm going to ask them, being that I'm having them on our show, Mike, I think that I need to be one of their guests on their late night show.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You agree?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Going to wander down here by us.
OG is going to have to do an episode with them on their show.
We'll set up the skit.
So
I'm gonna have to come down too, man, and
yeah,
make
you may have to make a
absolutely.
trip
it
down
complete.
to a cigar portion.
Oh, yeah.
But I love Steve. I love Jay. The characters. We're building a great friendship. It was a pleasure coming down. But before we get off the episode, because again, let's see, may have to do a few more drinks before we head back out. Besides the show that you're going to start doing and a possible show, maybe, hopefully on TV, I know you're not at liberty to speak or anything, but there's shit out here, correct?
Oh, my God.
So,
Yeah.
if you would, for our fans, because we talk about treasure hunting when I'm down here, piracy is alive and well in the waters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So tell them the definition of modern day pirates. Can you? We're just talking about pirating. We're not talking about locations or anything.
You know my opinion?
Yeah.
Modern day pirating is alive and well, and real pirates don't talk. Loose lips sink ships. It's very true. And people that brag about it are not real. And it's too valuable a commodity to talk too much about. until you totally control it. So you hear a lot of talk. There's a lot of loose lips out there, but real pirates don't really talk too much about their finds until it's documented, and hopefully you'll be seeing ours on the History Channel one day soon.
I hope. So what was your opinion, Steve?
Okay, on a modern day pirate, somebody that pulls up to the back of your house if you live on the water, cleans you out, and makes a clean getaway. Also, I would say a pirate is somebody who steals your traps. If you got some traps out there and they rob your traps, that's a pirate.
Game and fish love you.
That's a pirate.
So I get it, and I put my boy Jay on the spot, and I know you don't like talking about that type of shit, but at least the fan base know that when they see shows and they talk about pirating, it's alive and well. There's a reason why they got ex-Navy SEALs on the back of these cargo ships, and you don't hear about it too much, blowing these pirates away on these cargo ships. Yes, peace. Yes, my love. Have a good one. So it's alive and well. You can look it up. Jay don't like talking about it because he's in the treasure hunting industry, the realm. He lives the realm. They both walk in the realm. They're on the waterways, and he likes to keep shit on the DL, and I respect him for that. Hold on, wait for these $2 fucking mopeds to go by.
$2 fucking mopeds.
Yeah, man. Moped. You come down here, and I got to tell you, last time I was down here, I had to rent a moped because that or you walk the fuck out of yourself, and there's nowhere to park in the Keys. So that's always a challenge and always interesting. But I got to say, it's been a blast here in Key West. It's been a blast seeing my two close friends, Jay and Steve, again. We've had a blast. We're going to see them again in a few weeks. You met my buddy Chad Silverbeard. You'll be seeing us on the coast a lot. We're going to do some episodes on Gangsters and Cigars as well, as soon as we get back in time and we can regroup. So we'll have that going on. What's new in the cigar industry, Mike? Anything? Am I missing anything?
What's new? Well, not really a whole lot. Actually, this just came out today. I woke up to this news. So, Cigar Aficionado, they have their top 25 list every single year, and so they released what the number one cigar of the year was, which is a H. Upmann number 2, which is a Cuban cigar. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, because we can't even sell Cuban cigars here. Now we're gonna have consumers coming into the shop asking if where the Cubans hidden, or asking if they could buy that cigar. I'm like, no, not here. So that's gonna be a clusterfuck. Hopefully we don't get too much of that. But Rocky Patel got his cigar 60 to celebrate his 60th birthday. That got number 2 cigar of the year this year. So, I mean, it just goes to show Cigar Aficionado, they're not as relevant as they say they are. They all look at who advertises with them, and they're not even catering to the American market by making a Cuban cigar number 1 cigar of the year. But I mean, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to get canceled because I'm pretty well known in the industry, but that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we all know Rocky's got money to throw around, so.
Yeah, I mean, I like Rocky. Me and Nish, his cousin Nish and Nimish, I'm good friends with them.
Yep.
And I always tell people I like Nish and Nimish better than Rocky, but I am happy for Rocky that he got number 2 cigar of the year.
Cool. Let me do a quick shout out. So as you guys know in my fan base, I'm friends with Robert Caldwell. Love Robert. Shirtless Mike is a friend of Robert's as well. He sent me a beautiful box of his new coffee that's out. He sent me a couple of pounds of it for Christmas. I want to say thank you, Robert. Have a blessed and safe Christmas. We at Cigars, Gangsters and Cigars, absolutely love you, dude. I love you as a human being. I like the fact that we could break each other's balls. I'm going to see you when you come back from Europe. We're going to get together and break bread. You and I have spoken about doing some things. I look forward to that as well. So, Robert, again, you are a gentleman. I love you. I love your cigars. Matter of fact, I went into a place down here that had your whole line of cigars. which was very cool down here in Key West. But just a quick shout out to Robert. Quick shout out to Lou, the owner of Smoke Rings. I haven't seen Lou since he's been back from Panama. Shout out to him. We're not in the cigar bar today. You know, I miss being there. So,
Yeah, and when I left work yesterday,
oh no,
Tara was
yeah,
asking about
oh,
you, and I was like, "Well, we're doing the
they,
show today."
yeah, they want to rev their lawnmowers like it's a Harley. So just keep going, brothers. Anyway, so shout out to Lou. Shout out to Smoke Rings. I'll see you guys when we get back. Let me end it the way I always end it. As you know, from Bobby Bacala, you could either be seated at the table or you could be on the fucking menu. To that, peace, love, out. To my friends, love, happy Hanukkah, my two friends.
Merry
And
Christmas,
Merry Christmas
everybody.
to everybody.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Merry
Peace.
Christmas, Happy
Bye. See you
Hanukkah.
later, brother. Love you. Peace out.
Yes,
Later,
sir. Have a good night.